Let's read from the Star Wars dad joke book, right? Famous on twitch.tv/Conbrosations if you're out there. Read from the R2 section. What's R2D2 short for? He's only got little legs. Oh god, this book.
That's never making it in.
I guarantee it is.
That's only going as an extra bit to the $15 patrons, because if they're gonna...
Could you imagine? Like, this is what we pay for? This is what we pay for.
Yeah.
I just had this vision of me putting my drink back, and I dropped it and it landed on the Star Wars joke book, and I was like, no, the sacred texts.
The sacred texts. That's...
Get it? Because it's a Star Wars reference.
It's
A Star Wars joke
you
book.
explaining it that makes
And
it better.
I made a joke.
Yeah, that's true.
3 levels. That's the level of comedy I have. What's happening, everybody, and welcome back to the True Gamer Podcast, the podcast hosted by 2 gamers for you, the true gamers. I'm one of your hosts, Eddie, along with my bro, with the inverted gamer himself, Sheps. How's it going, bro?
It's going good. It's going flawlessly, unlike this intro.
I was melding the bro with the most below with the inverted gamer, and it still came out terribly.
I got it.
There you go. Bro, are you doing great to be back here with a new True Gamer Podcast?
I am doing great to be back here.
Yes, those words mean words, something.
They are words and sounds, and we have language.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm enjoying life.
All right.
I've been having a chance to game finally in the last week or so.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. Well, hold on. Before that, how are you?
I was gonna say, thanks for asking. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. We streamed a little bit of these Gamescom events that happened recently. We're gonna be talking a lot about that today in today's episode. The Xbox event, which was like the day before, and yesterday the opening night live.
Yeah.
Halfway through the opening night live, I did have to dip out.
I saw that.
Isla was having a crisis. Mm-hmm. She's had some issues. You know how babies have like little rashes and whatnot. It got a little bit worse, and she was crying a lot, and it was getting very much to handle for my girlfriend. I stepped out. Fortunately, our bros, our guys who support us over here are just fantastic.
Yeah.
They were just like, don't worry about it, you take care. And I'm like, shall I end the stream? They're like, no, just leave it on. And they're like, it'll help you out with like watch times and stuff like that. And we'll just continue watching here. And I was like, oh,
all right, yeah.
That's so nice.
They do it all the time. Like when we totally on purpose, not accidentally from not editing, left 20 minutes of black screen at the end of a Streamcast episode. Everyone who was watching it and got to the end stuck around for 20 minutes of just chatting in the live chat. No, not a single view drop, not a single person drop.
I guess we're staying here then. That's
I guess we'll hang out for 20 minutes and help the view time. Like, wait, what? You know, you don't have to, right?
Really nice,
yeah,
really nice.
It's pretty cool. We got a good bunch of guys.
Yeah. Speaking of nice guys, speaking of great guys, I should say.
Oh, then I don't know how you're going to lead this into the Patreon, man.
It's going to be a very hard segue into that. We do have a very special group of people.
That's right.
There you go. We have a special group of people who support us
in the these windows are delicious special, not the like talented individuals.
We have a special group of people who support us over at patreon.com/Conbrosations.
That's right.
Who support us at the Super Bro tier. These people are the Super Bros of Conbrosations who help keep the lights and mics on and everything spinning over here at Conbrosations. And those people are Diogo Dildo, Isak the Ultimate Cumsock, Carol Rivia, aka Casper the Friendly Patron, Record Friction, Jeremy Renner, that's right, an official Avenger, Martin Scorsese's Master H. Barts 12, the Super Sus Ben Fry, who's a defective clone of Eddie.
Terrible.
The guy... You remember when the Justice League came out?
Yeah.
He did a review of Justice League from the perspective of a Marvel fan, because he was a Marvel fan.
Yes, yeah.
Now he has since grown up, and he's transitioned into being a DC fan.
Yeah.
And he did a reaction of the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer.
Yeah, right.
And he didn't put at the end of it from the perspective of a DC fan. And I was like, bro, that's what you should have done.
Right.
Because...
That's a million view video right
Exactly.
there.
And that's what you are now. So fucking do it. The Filthy Thief fanatic Joe McCormack. One person who I forgot just before that, the Star Wars Encyclopedia Adam Sundling, who's also a simp of Chrissy Costanza.
True.
My Juicy Left Nut, the super sexy producer Sean, and Kevin, the #1 simp. Of Xbox. Thank you guys so much for keeping the lights and mics on and the gaming going here at Conbrosations.
That time it got me because I'm expecting the silence, but it looked like you were gonna say something and then you didn't.
Yeah, I held myself. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. The pause. We need the pause.
And it got me. It got me.
Bro.
Yes, that's my name.
What video games have you been playing over the past week?
So I played a little bit more of Splitgate. I'm really enjoying it. It very much reminds me of OG Halo.
Yeah.
So I'm having a lot of fun with that. I'm not amazing at it. My KD's come back down to about a 1.5.
That does sound like your kind of gaming.
Yeah, sort of right exactly where I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
But I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm enjoying it a lot. And Ghost of Tsushima Directors Cut obviously came out. Icky Island.
Strange. Now you have an excuse to talk about, like, genuinely, not force it down people's throats.
I feel like forcing is just like a little bit.
You will eat this. You will eat it until you're big and fat. Okay, eat this Ghost of Tsushima content.
Yeah. This from the Superman stand that made every alert on our Twitch channel. Superman. I'm forcing it.
Invaded everything.
I'm forcing it. Everyone says. But so
you will like Superman. You will.
I played a little bit of that. I'm gonna probably stream it again this weekend.
What are your off the top impressions? How you feeling?
Off the top, just like the base game, it's trash. No one should play it. Worst game ever made, really. Sucker Punch. Stick to what you know, innit?
Innit, mate? Go back to Infamous.
No, they did it again, innit?
Yeah.
They did it again. They smashed it. They managed to make a continuation of the same game, almost entirely brand new.
Yeah.
They added in like the mini games, like with the animals, which was like a nice touch in the beginning. Now it's something I'm looking forward to, with like just this little mini game that didn't need to be in there.
Like the flute thing.
Yeah, the flute. If you guys don't know, when you go to these, you can now pet like, I don't know, 17 different animals, a bunch of different animals. But there's like, is it temples?
A shrine.
Shrines. It's something like that.
It's like a meditation point area, right?
Yeah. And you got to play the flute, and you have to play the flute. Sort of like with the bamboo strikes where you're doing the buttons. This time it's you got to keep within the right notes.
Using the 6-axis. 6-axis coming back, guys.
That's right. And I got to be honest. First of all, it might be the best use of the 6-axis ever. And second of all, I found it really fun and fulfilling to do it. It didn't need to be there, but it was just an extra level of like interactivity. Yeah. And I don't know if I would say it was extra immersion, but it has you more involved in what you're doing as Jin. Freaking great, man. Yeah. Great. Story's as good as anything. I haven't got too far into it, but there goes your phone. I haven't got too far into it, but I've enjoyed a lot of what I've seen so far. And additional things we were calling for, like all the duels can be replayed, which is massive. I've been talking about that for ages. Something I asked for, which everybody knows, they added in a dueling ring where you can duel the same 4 NPCs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to say, I missed 1v1 duels. They're here. No,
yeah, no, they're not.
They're not going to do that. They're never coming.
So that makes me very, very, very angry. But overall, I'm really enjoying it a lot.
That's good.
A lot. It's beautiful. It's fun. The haptic is good. In fact, I need to go back and do a duel where all I do is focus on the haptic, because I forgot to do that. I was just enjoying the duels.
Yeah.
So I want to do that. I've done one of the Epic Tales. No. Mythic Tales.
Yeah.
Mythic Tales. That was good fun. As good as any of the others. Got some stupid monkey armor, which looks so strange.
I got it as well. Yeah,
but it's OP.
Yeah,
it's great. That and Ghosaku's armor, easily the best 2 in the game. Looks so freaking weird. It's so strange, but it's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm freaking loving it. So I can't wait to stream a bunch of. I was going to say the actual story. We're never getting to the actual story, guys. We're just going to explore the island.
Miss the side content himself and get distracted by every bird and fox and everything himself.
You say that. I found a Sly Cooper Easter egg that was in there, and like Katie was like, I finished the whole thing in one sitting. Hey, I never found this. Well, that's where you get Katie.
Yeah, Katie.
You gotta You need the shiny object syndrome is what you need.
Yeah, that's what you need. You need that illness.
One of my things is anytime I come to a waterfall, I see if there's anything behind it.
Ah.
And that's how I found it. Because
right.
150 out of 151 times, there's no cave behind there. Every now and then, there's a cave.
You're like, aha, I found it.
I knew it.
And other people are like, so.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But it's been really good fun.
Good
incredible
stuff.
Game to look at, incredible game to play. Just more greatness. I'm really enjoying it. That and Splitgate. So that's what I've been playing at the minute. What about you?
I have only been playing Ghost of Tsushima Directors Cut.
Oh yeah.
It's been my focus. The thing is that I bought 12 minutes.
Yeah.
Planned to stream it.
I was going to ask about
straight away, and then there was that delay where like it wasn't going to come out at midnight. It was going to come out at 5 o'clock. My life is always really really busy. So the fact that I missed that window and then the next day Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut was coming out, I was like, there's no chance.
Right.
I'm going to come back to it because I've heard it's just so amazing. I see Elva streaming it every now and again. I'm like, this looks so good. Yeah. So I will play it. I will get to it. But right now I'm really sucked into Ghost of Tsushima.
I saw a bit of gameplay for it.
Yeah.
And it's weird because like the gameplay looks shit, but the game looks really interesting, if that makes any sense. Right. Like, it's not a game that you would play for like incredible graphics or like fast-paced action gameplay, but it looks really, really interesting.
I think there's clearly an intriguing story.
Yeah.
I caught a lot of people were confused by some parts of it, like the ending. And Jas, one of our boys, Jas Nossa, he wrote a thread on Twitter, and he goes, I can explain the whole ending to you. I think I figured it out. And I didn't read it because I didn't want to spoil it myself. But James, our boy Lasers, he read it, and he goes, after having played it again and reading this explanation, I think this is the greatest game that's ever come out. And I was like,
what?
Oh. So something's here.
Yeah.
I haven't read it, so I'm not going to spoil it. But after I've played it, I'm going to go back to Jas. I'm going to be like, Jas, send me that tweet. Send me that tweet.
Hit me up.
So I can read that and then just have my mind blown and come here and go, guys, why are you all sleeping on 12 minutes? Why?
So finally Xbox has something worth playing on it.
Finally. And PC as well.
It's on PC.
But
at least they can pay the full retail price for it, right? Or is it on...
Game Pass.
Oh, okay.
But I have been playing Ghost of Tsushima. And I've been loving that. I have been paying specific attention to the more like I noticed it one time, and I haven't been able to not notice it now.
Right.
The haptics, the DualSense haptics, and the triggers and stuff like that. This is mind blowing to the level of Astrobot was when that came out. There's things like when you're playing the flute. You know when you vibrate an instrument to make a noise, it's like a very fast vibration.
I thought I had noticed that.
And my controller pad, when I was playing the flute, it was like... And I reckon if I put it down on a table, it would make a similar sound to what the flute's coming out. I'm like, this is mad. This is so good.
It's little touch as well. Like, I don't think it needed to be in there, but there's a thing where using the hook, you can like pull down bridges. And the fact... So you like... You have to sort of engage the hook and then throw it and add tension to it. And then once it comes down, the tension on both things drops.
Yeah.
It's what we said back in the day where you could play it on a PS4 and it'd be an incredible game. Yeah. But if you play on the PS5, you're just like, I don't know what it is, but I just prefer... Forget graphics and speed and stuff. Like, it's just more immersive on the PS5.
A little bit on top. Just a little extra toppings on top.
And I think when we come to some incredible third-party games... There'll be people that play it on both and go, nothing to do with speed or graphics, but just like, I just kind of prefer playing on my PS5. I don't know why. Yeah. And it's the I don't know why will be 3D audio and the haptic, you know? Yeah.
There's an extra little thing that I noticed as well. Is again, just a minor little touch. If you pull back the bow when you're like going to shoot someone with
never use it.
You never use it. I use it when I'm like, because some of them are, you know, the guys that have the what are the people chanting the music?
Shamans,
the shamans, exactly. I'm like, you motherfuckers need to die because you're making these guys extra hard. So I immediately cap him with a bow, and then everyone else becomes a bit easier. Right. So when you pull back, you can slow down time and like concentrate if you hitting on the
if you bother to spend points there. Yeah.
I've unlocked everything to get the trophy, so I did all of it. And when you're pulling back, when it's at full tension, you've got the triggers going as if it's like real tension in there. And if you slow down time, the tension goes as opposed to
Right,
Let me explain that one more time. So when you pull back the bow at full tension, there's like a trigger rumble.
It's supposed to be like your muscles like straining under there.
There's a trigger rumble where it's like it's trying to push back. And if you hit slow down time, the rumble also slows down with that. And I'm like, it's such a little touch, but it works. Anyway, I'm having a blast. I'm loving the story as well of reliving all the trauma of his father and stuff like that. No more. I'm not going to talk about the story there, but that's really cool as well.
It's a beautiful game. It's really interesting that they're exploring Kazuma-sa. Somebody else mentioned that on a stream about the game things to be included. I noticed that some of it has been, almost all of it, in fact, except for one conspicuous lacking point. Isn't that interesting? Didn't I literally say, wouldn't it be interesting to do a Kazuma-sa, either a prequel or DLC, standalone?
I'm starting to think they see everything you tweet, and they immediately go in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
They're like, frick this guy, we're out.
Right. So, beautiful game, tons of fun to play, and they just did it again. It's more great stuff in it. Do you know what? It's very similar to... It's not Blood and Wine, but it's very similar to the Witcher DLC, which is every bit as good as the base game, you know, and totally worth the money. And the idea that anyone would get this and would have had the option to turn down the haptic for $10 and would have taken that.
That's the thing.
Fricked.
I do love the internet because it has this immediate reaction. Every time there's always an adverse reaction to something. Right. And everyone was like, oh, this, oh my God, you have to do this, you have to do that. They're paying for this upgrade, they're paying for that. The DLC's overpriced. Oh my God, it's not even going to be a good story. How can it be a good story even before it even comes out and there's any details about it? And then the game comes out and then it's just unanimous. Everyone's happy and no one mentions anything about them ever again. And then walks away. I
would go as far as to say if this whole update and everything had cost 50 quid, I think I'd still be happy.
It would have been on the pricey side, but I'd be like, it's all about... Then it will come down to whether or not you just want more Ghost of Tsushima.
Right, which, yes, for me, big yes.
Exactly.
At the price we got it at, also, we game share. And even then, we got it half price.
And even then, it's not going to be a matter of, is the game, the extra content good?
Yeah.
It's going to be, is it worth £50? And that's a different conversation, and that's going on there. The content is still good. Did you see the thing got review bombed on Metacritic?
No.
So a bunch of users, likely people playing on Xbox that just want to have that are deeply invested in this console war. Those people, the idiots, right? They're like, oh, worst thing I've ever seen. It's the worst game in the world. It absolutely detracts from everything. Can't believe it costs that. Upgrade, no-di-da-di-da. And it's like...
Everybody loves it, though.
And it's either zeros or tens on there. That's the way it goes.
It's funny, though, because I said, when everybody was saying, oh, you know, the controversy over the price of the PS5 Director's Cut, and I was like, if you gave me the option to just add haptic for a tenner, I would take that. I want it. I will pay. Give me the update. If that's all you gave me, I'd be happy. And I was as soon as I found out that was my position, it turns out I was right.
Yeah.
If you don't think so, you're wrong. Like that's one of those ones where if you think haptic didn't improve Ghost of Tsushima, that's an incorrect. That's not an opinion. That's wrong, right? It is a better game with haptic. You could maybe switch it off. What is going on? You could look. Maybe you switch it off, but and I think I would switch it off for like if 1v1 duels was a thing, I would turn it off.
Oh, because a bit more competitive, isn't it?
Yeah, because I'm in a competitive thing. But for immersion in a story, incredible.
Yeah,
it's so good. I'm going to stop patting myself on the back, but I was right. All of you said this game sucked. I was correct. Only person in history on the internet said this game would be good and is good once it came out.
Because of you, it won people's game of the year.
That's
you,
right,
you fudged all of the votes.
I did.
Everyone else was heavy on The Last of Us, but you managed to turn the tide.
That was me.
50.1%. That's what it was.
That's it.
Guys and girls, this is the True Gamer Podcast, coming to your eyes and ears every Saturday here on youtube.com/.
Wait, we don't have that, do we?
We don't have a slash now,
no slash for
you just got to search True Gamer Podcast.
That's right.
And on podcast services around the world where we get to talk about gaming and all that kind of good stuff.
That's right.
If you want to find us, you can search for us pretty much anywhere. Just type in the True Gamer Podcast and you get us right there. Yeah. If you guys are all over on YouTube, you guys can hit that like button to help support us. You can subscribe to the channel, even hit that notification bell for the occasional notifications whenever it decides to work.
If YouTube's thinking that, maybe people actually want what they say they want. Yeah.
Exactly, you know that. And if you're on our podcast services, where I know a lot of you guys actually are, you can leave a review for us on iTunes and places like that. 5-star review would be grateful. And if you can leave a little comment, tell us how huge our nose is. Well, my nose is anyway. Well, you can't tell if you're an audio podcast.
Aha! Get fricked!
I don't have a huge nose. They probably don't even know because they've never seen us.
That's right.
That's right. Anyway, guys, yeah, write us 5 stars over there. If you like what we do over here, if you do want to go the extra mile, you can do something extra. You can head over to patreon.com/Conbrosations, where you can kick us a couple of bucks a month.
Yeah.
And you can get things like the Conbrosations podcast exclusively to your ears and eyes as well. We do a video version of it. And as well, the True Gamer Plus podcast, which is like a supplement show to this podcast right here.
Yeah.
We talk about all kinds of topics, and you guys get to write in and ask loads of questions.
You also get early access to this podcast a day. Is it 2? 1 or 2? Some days,
it's
some
like 1.5
times earlier.
Yeah.
Than this. So join over 50 people over on patreon.com/Conbrosations for your exclusives and early access to basically the best content on the internet.
Exactly.
As far as I haven't found better.
Exactly.
So,
and there are actually a bunch of people that do that.
It's true. They do.
They do that.
And who is this do?
Who is this doo-doo? I haven't actually got the names open.
Love
so
it.
This
Love it.
This
is what you're going to be paying for, guys.
This is what you're paying for. Yeah, there are a group of people over there that do support us at the $5 tier and above. Are true gamers who support us every single month. Keep coming back here. Yep. And those people are Jeremy Horde, Sheps' Krusty Right Nut, Cats Coral, Isak Manny, Real Kermit Cinema, Record Friction, Adam the Chrissy Simp, Kevin Crow, Super Whale Ben, Joe McCormack, GC Nightwalker, Diogo, you absolute thithering thothage, aka Zacchino. Kanye, please fucking release Donna, sincerely Ashton. Eddie, fix your fence. Fishy, the Jackal, Max H, Cobra SS, Albiscory, and Jack Nicholas.
That cracks me up.
All those guys right there. Did you see that the Fence Fix account saw our intro?
Yes.
Snipped a bit out, and they were like, and it's only going to get worse, guys. Yeah. You better buck up your ideas.
That's
and also, Sheps had his attempt at trying to fix it as well.
Copper Pipes fix everything.
Fixes
it's well known. It's well known. We should have CC'd Tyler into that, but...
We should have. He would have taken that joke a little bit further. Just like those guys did. But guys, if you don't want to give us any money, if you don't want to go the extra mile, that's fine. We understand. We love you regardless. You can just still stick over here, hit that like button, leave a comment down below. It helps us out in all the YouTube algorithms and stuff like that.
I'm just going to say, we love you regardless, but in the like, no, I don't have a favorite child parent thing, like, you're not our favorite. We still love you.
Yes,
like,
we are obligated to love you. It would look bad on us if we didn't.
Yeah, we have to feed you, clothe you, and send you to school for 18 years. But once that birthday comes around, out that door. Out the door.
It's like, you were born at 5:52. All right, out you go.
That's it.
Luckily, I said a word that was under 60. Sorry, a number that was under 60. Could you imagine if I accidentally said 574? It's like, shit, that's not a time. Damn it.
That's 612, God damn it.
Because I didn't think about it. I just said numbers.
Yeah.
Bro, it's time for your favorite segment.
Oh, okay. Correcting Conbrosations. Look, if you're new around here, we're idiots. Is the short version?
Yeah, that's the condensed version of this topic.
That is basically it. And we've never let facts get in the way of strongly held or even just newly formed opinions on the internet. And we'll say pretty much anything. We're shameless and stupid. And what has quickly become my favourite segment and a bunch of other people's is this, correcting conversation. So when we say something stupid, which we will this episode, you head down to the comment section of this video. You write in, when you said that Ghost of Tsushima was worth £50, it's actually... right? You can correct us and we'll read out on the next one. And I freaking love it because we say so many stupid things. One of the weird things, though, it wasn't so much correction. I did catch a comment that was like, I guess this isn't up on Spotify then yet, but it was one of the, I think it was one of the patrons that gets early access to the video.
Javi.
Javi.
Yes. Javi's like, I'm just going to take a stab at it. I'm going to say it's not available on Spotify.
Yeah.
And I'm like, actually, it goes live at 12 o'clock. You're way too early, son.
It cracked me up. It cracked me up to see someone, an early access comment about the early access stuff not being up on a different thing, even though it was early access on YouTube.
Yeah.
For some reason, that hit me straight in the funny bone.
I both love it, and I was like giving him shit because I mean I love people keeping us, holding us accountable, holding us up to the fire. They're like, even for minor things like this, the color was a little bit off on the thumbnail today or something that, right? But
Conversations orange is #00762, but use #00761.
Ah, got you guys there.
Right.
I love that's a completely different color. Like it actually just one number varies it very different.
Yeah, I bet. Anyway,
correcting Conbrosations.
That's right.
Sean Taylor writes in with a big one.
Okay.
We were talking about GTA and we were talking about in San Andreas what the name of the chicken shop was.
Yeah.
And we said cluckin'
chicken.
Cluckin' chicken. What we said? The chicken shop in
GTA. Mother Cluckers, goddammit.
The chicken shop in GTA is called Cluckin' Bell, not Cluckin' Chicken, you freaking idiotas. The idiotas just
that sealed the deal.
Gets it right there.
Also,
doesn't
the frickin'.
Yeah.
Frickin's frickin' hilarious. You frickin' idiotas. That's hilarious. That's good.
Thank you for that very good correction.
It's when Mother Cluckin' Chicken.
I think he wrote that because he's a patron as well. And when he wrote that the first day that it went live for the patrons. Yeah. So it was like 2 days later. And I'm like, I'm going to have to suffer this in the live chat as well when I see it next time. And people are like, it's Cluckin' Bell, you idiots. You fucking morons.
You're so stupid.
You're such idiots.
In fairness.
And I'm like, I know now.
In fairness, this is my defense.
But there's no way we could have found it.
We're not losers. So the last time we played this was like, what, 2004? When the frick did GTA come out?
Correcting Conversations for next episode.
Yeah, it was in 2004.
When did GTA San Andreas come out?
Some free stuff. Like, I could Google it, but I'm too lazy. That's the last time I played it. Maybe a couple times back then. You know, like I played it for a few years. A decade ago.
Yeah.
Get fricked. I'm sorry, I forgot it was Mother Cluckin' Chicken. My bad.
Oh, there we go.
We should open that chicken shop, Mother Cluckin' Chicken.
Mother Cluckin' Chicken. That would sell.
That would sell.
Cats Bacall wrote in with a huge correction. He says, Sean isn't the only Factions fan. He says, I have probably 100 hours in Factions itself.
Liar.
Is what I said to him. Although I hated the whole bringing back your survivors thing. The actual PvP was so-so. Yeah. So
I'm saying
he's a lying bitch.
Maybe he has 100 hours, including menu time, waiting for a frickin' game.
That's it.
And he's played 4 games.
Because there's nowhere going to be like enough people to populate a server.
To populate 2 games, you know. So like while there's enough people to fill one whole game and have 3 people waiting in a lobby.
Right.
That's how he goes 100 hours.
Gotcha. We're on to you, bro. We're on to you.
Yeah, you can't trick us.
And a person called Quinn Sheehan, I think, said that we pronounced Donda wrong.
What are we talking about here?
That's the thing. I don't remember ever saying Donda.
No, me neither.
And the name doesn't look familiar, so I'm like, Donda.
I don't remember saying that. If anyone can let us know, because I've said...
Timestamp these things, maybe.
Yeah, timestamp it. Like, you know, like 1:37 when you said this. Because we've done, like... We used to say, like, stupid Spanish. Like, ¿Dónde está?
¿Dónde?
La biblioteca.
Ah, je mange le crayon de table.
Exactly. You learn one stupid phrase in, like, year 7 English.
Yeah.
French, even.
English.
Hey, man, I had to take English as a foreign language.
English is a foreign language, guys. It's like, I like a dog. I like dog. Yeah,
I got it.
So, are you sure you're meant to be in this class? Anyway, thank you guys for writing into Correcting Conbrosations.
Right. Genuinely my favorite topic, because 1, it shows that people are listening.
Yes.
And we get to abuse the YouTube algorithm just a little bit more. And 2, we do say some really stupid stuff, and we're too stupid to pick up on when we've messed up.
Yeah. When you're dumb, you're dumb. So you're not
right, exactly. You're the #1 victim of your own stupidity.
Exactly. I like that these guys pick them up, though. It's really good fun.
It's good fun.
Guys, let's get on to today's show.
Only half an hour in.
Only half an hour in, but they love it, I'm sure. Today's topics include a Gamescom wrap-up and all of the stuff that was shown off there. Games like Saints Row Rebooted, Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, and some release dates, finally, for games that we're all looking forward to. Let's kick it off in order. We're going to talk, first of all, about the Xbox Gamescom presentation.
Yeah.
I'm going to summarize it for you guys right here.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
basically nothing.
Well, it's
a whole lot of nothing and a whole lot of freaking cringe.
Yes.
My God, I reacted to this live right there, and this one gentleman that's there, the host that they got, I don't even want to say his goddamn name because it brings back PTSD flashbacks of the cringe that I had to endure.
Yeah.
I was this close to ripping my headset out of the port and throwing it out of the freaking window.
Yeah, I just want to say, if you haven't joined our Discord, I know we've done a lot of shameless promotion, but do join it just to do exclamation danger zone and tag him. It'd be hilarious.
And these guys, these bastards in our Discord server
immediately made a new command. I come back and I'm like, because, you know, we're mods. It's like, oh, a new command. What's the new command? Why is...
I didn't get it because I missed just loaded.
Yeah, I missed the stream. Like, it was one I couldn't attend. And I'm like, what is going on? And then suddenly, like, someone clips it. And I'm like, oh, right.
I'm going to do this one time for the people out there who maybe don't watch the events and come to us to summarize the stuff that goes on here. This one host, as some hosts do nowadays for some reason, think their way to make an impression is to do something that's weird and out of the ordinary.
And quirky,
and it always comes off as cringe. And Xbox seem to love it. They're like...
They really do.
We're going to get all the cringe people and we're going to put them on our show.
Only the cringe people.
Only the cringe people, yeah, exclusively. Exclusive world premiere. And he goes... It was in the flight sim talk.
Yeah.
They were talking about all the planes and... A plane comes up, and then this guy pulls out a pair of aviator sunglasses out the side. He's like, because you know me. And he opens up his glasses, puts it on, and he goes, I love to be in the danger zone.
Very Top Gun. I'm assuming it's an F-16 you can play.
I don't know if that was even on the screen. I think he just mentioned flying, and he just went like that. And I was like, oh, no.
I've seen the clip, and you really do like, physically
it physically affected me. I couldn't contain it. I have this problem where I think about stuff that I've done that's cringe, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to.
You did that yesterday in the car, and you cringed.
I couldn't stop it. I was so, and that affected me, and I was like, no, I have to be here on camera for the people that are watching. And everyone just started laughing at me. They started posting Danger Zone gifs. Apparently, this isn't the first time this dickhead has done this kind of thing before, because seconds after the show was done, a gif popped up, and I'm like,
this looks different.
It's a different shot of his face, and I don't know if this is the same one. I couldn't see what t-shirt he's wearing. So this guy is constantly in the cringe zone.
Trying to make that his own... Yeah, the cringe zone.
That's where he is. Fuck this guy and fuck all of you guys.
On good news, because recently there has been a big Halo 6 announcement, Halo Infinite. They did that at the Microsoft event, didn't they?
No, they didn't. No. That's what I mean when I say basically nothing happened at this event. I wrote down a couple of things. There were some updates for some existing games like Sea of Thieves. It was they added a Borderlands boat.
People will be happy with that.
Exactly. It was a free update, so you know, I mean, it's great that it's free and everything, but it wasn't anything substantial. There was a Borderlands boat. It did look alright, but nothing too big. Flight sims getting a few new looking cool planes. There was one old German looking plane. Cool. So if you're into it, it's great. No problem. Whatever.
But it seems like a minor update.
Dying Light. We got to see some gameplay of that Dying Light 2.
Yeah.
I'm not personally a fan of first-person parkour.
I feel you.
It gets a little bit too much, like I'm too close to surfaces and things like that. Feels a bit weird.
Yeah.
And lots and lots and lots of gameplay of Forza Horizon.
Yeah.
We didn't need this much gameplay of Forza Horizon. It was very clear they're trying to fill out a section.
When you have no substance, it's quantity, not quality.
They did show off Psychonauts as well. That was one thing, but that's coming out. Cool. I think it came out the day after that event.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool, no problem. It's all good.
Yeah.
But that was it.
Yeah.
And afterwards, we were all just like, so you guys really aren't even going to mention Halo? Right. This game is supposed to be coming out in the fall. And
in holiday of this year.
Holiday, that's right. Holiday. It's like, and you haven't even given a release date? We haven't seen any campaign gameplay?
Nothing. And
everyone's like, well, shit. That's bad news. There's probably going to be a delay on the horizon.
That is not good news, yeah. And then the next day,
Geoff Keighley hosts opening night live.
That
wasn't on the opening night. It was after. Anyway,
you know, we've said a few times, some stuff is so stupid you couldn't make it up because it's too ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that is really what is as of the most recent few years, Xbox feels like, especially when it comes to their announcements.
Yeah.
Because what was that opening night live that was not on the night of the opening night live?
It's strange because he did that kickoff live event for the beginning of E3.
Yeah.
At least that was at the beginning.
Yeah, it was at the start of E3, yeah.
And we get what he was trying to do. You're trying to take over. You're trying to be like,
Right.
oh, I'm officially kicking off E3,
Right,
guys. We get it.
It's me kicking it off, yeah.
Opening night live. Not in the opening.
Right.
It's like a soft opening, but
Right.
not like the
It's
grand
like
opening.
it's the major next day opening
It's
of
like
it.
the casino's open, but it's the soft opening of the casino, not
Casino's been open for a week, but this is the opening event.
Yes.
And that's the one you want to go to.
That's the
Even
one,
though you could have
exactly.
been here for a week.
I can go right now and bet. Anyway, enough of the Ocean's 13 references.
That's it, yeah.
Anyway, it starts off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rattle off some games here, and we can stop at certain points. It starts off with a big one: the announcement of a brand new Saints Row game.
Yeah.
Rebooted, reimagined from the ground up. They're just starting it all over again. Set in a Western, modern, sort of futuristic setting. The graphics of the trailer looked great because it was a CG trailer.
CG trailer, that's what we all want more of.
There's one thing that I want to say to all these developers. One time, give us a CG trailer, but you have to give us gameplay next to it as well. Now, let me... apparently, it's going to be a story where you and a group of yours are self-made gangs.
Yeah.
You're going to start a business, build your empire up from the ground up, and it
Sounds
honestly,
like fun.
It sounds really cool.
Sounds like fun.
I was listening to it, and I was like, what you're saying sounds really good.
Yeah.
Show me what it looks like.
Yeah, the CG trailer, I have to say, CG trailer seemed odd because Saints Row is supposed to be quirky and funny, and it just seemed like quirky serious.
Yeah.
So that was I didn't know where to go with that because the last Saints, like if one of them had been wearing a literal like, you know those dudes who like dress up as an actual dragon and spin the signs.
Yeah.
If that guy on a BMX had been involved, cool.
You're
Saints
at
Row.
home.
I know what we're doing here, but we didn't quite get that level of silly, and there's a bit too much serious, except that they were like drifting across rooftops going backwards and stuff. So like
It was a weird mix,
yeah,
right?
it was an odd mix. Like I would have preferred if it was a lot weirder, and then it would have felt that it fit more. So I wonder if they're trying to go more GTA than Saints Row, which I think is probably not the way to go.
Oh, that's the thing. So I was in two minds. I was like, I know Saints Row from the old games,
Yeah, the OG days.
and they were fun and everything. I did like what they were describing, and to be honest, I wouldn't have been, I think, too interested in another installment in Saints Row.
Yeah.
I don't think I would have bought another game though. So, hey, it's another Saints Row. See you later. I'm just
Right.
Yeah, you can smack someone with a dildo. Cool, no problem. I think this might be a good move. We'll
Well,
have to see how it goes.
That's the thing. If we saw gameplay, I'd have a fully formed opinion here.
This is the thing. You missed the beginning part of the show, and you watched the trailer. They did show a snippet of gameplay. Do you want to know how long?
I'm gonna guess 7 seconds.
4 seconds. Enough for you to not know anything about the game.
Yeah,
and
nothing.
it was cuts of multiple shots.
Oh, great.
It was like a quarter of a second per person. It was like do. I'm like, I can't see anything.
That's not gameplay.
I can't see
That's
shit.
in-engine stills. Okay, that's not gameplay.
So if it's less than a second, it's not gameplay.
Oh, that's frustrating.
It's like there are what was it, vines that are longer than this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Some kids are gonna be like, Vine?
Fine. Wait, these guys growing plants? What are they talking about?
Those sperms that are listening right now. Yeah, it was infuriating because I was like, what you're saying sounds quite cool.
Yeah.
I might be interested in this.
I might be interested in what it sounds like on paper.
Right.
CG trailer, I'm now a little bit confused, and I haven't seen any gameplay. I need to see what it looks like.
Exactly.
Which we know what it will like physically look like. It will be a GTA looking game because that's what Saints Row is. But show me it.
Yeah.
Show me you doing something in the game.
There was a few things that I wanted to mention. Apparently, you're going to be doing things like you can buy buildings to set up your business.
Sick.
So
That's cool.
Yeah, recruit people so then you can run jobs and build up your empire.
Oh, it's an actual criminal organization training sim.
It seems that way, and I'm like,
Perfect.
this sounds jokes. It's coming out February 2022. Which
Is
again
it though?
is
it though? Because where's my in-game trailer? Is it though?
That's the question right
God
there.
of
War. We don't know anything.
God of War, the best game ever made.
The best game.
showed an entire
Objectively.
level, 2 years before it was ready.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not buying. Oh, it's coming out in 6 months. 6 months, roughly.
Yeah.
Nah, no, it's not.
It doesn't sound right, does it?
not.
Even Horizon Forbidden West, we've seen at least a gameplay trailer of that.
We've seen actual gameplay. We've seen the game playing.
That's coming around about the same time. Next week, fucking hell. This phone doesn't want to stay anywhere. Sorry, my phone just keeps slipping off the side here. I'm going to try and put it somewhere else.
Yeah, but it's... no, once you forget the timestamps.
You know it, you know it. Yeah, so we saw the Saints Row
What else was
reboot.
there?
We saw a game called Marvel's Midnight Suns.
I missed this as well.
This was, again, there's a few things right at the beginning. This one looked fantastic. There was no gameplay again. It was just a CG trailer. But it's a brand new game. Yes.
Interesting.
It's a brand new game from the people who made XCOM, I think it was.
Okay.
And it looks fantastic. It has a ton of really iconic characters. Doctor Strange was there. Wolverine was there. A bunch of really great characters. And I was like, I want to see more about this. Apparently, it's a tactics RPG, which I don't know what it means.
I'm not sure what that means either, but I'm totally down.
I heard RPG and I'm like, that's something I like.
Yeah.
What's the difference between tactic RPG?
I wonder if it's like more turn-based or something.
Not sure.
It'd be interesting. Well, hold on. You keep going. I'm going to just Google.
Yeah, Google Tactics RPG right there. Then we saw Call of Duty Vanguard. No one really interested in that.
Yeah, so like... Oh, no, hold on.
What does it say?
I'm just going to hit... well, so Tactics RPG gives me RTS games.
Try and look for the official definition. What does it sound like, Wiki?
I'm just going to go, what is a tactics?
Yeah. We'll find this out for you guys. We're doing research for you.
This is research.
We know already, but you guys.
TRPG, a genre video game which combines core elements of traditional role-playing games with tactical games. That tells me nothing!
It doesn't sound as action-packed as maybe people want it to be. But if you got it might be good. You never know.
Yeah, it could be.
You never know. The one good thing that I found out about Call of Duty, two good, interesting facts actually. Laura Bailey's in it.
I love Laura Bailey.
She was on stage and I was like,
Simp!
I was like, oh man, it's unfortunate that you're attached to this game now with like everything that's going on with Activision. It's really unfortunate.
I'll say this.
Because I don't want to support the game, but I do love her and I want to support her.
I will say this of Laura Bailey is she is in everything.
Yes.
She has performances in just about every game you've ever heard of, from every company, in every genre. If you are into gaming, you are a fan of Laura Bailey. You just don't know it yet, or you're a fan of Laura Bailey. So that is why I'm like, I'm not too fussed that it's in a Call of Duty that so far doesn't look very interesting to me. I hope it's good, by the way. I do hope it's good, but couldn't care less at the minute. I'm just going to simp Laura Bailey. Yeah.
And the other thing is that I love that this reveal happened at Gamescom and not at a PlayStation event. To me, this stinks like PlayStation are trying to distance themselves as much as possible from Activision while still staying contractually obligated to what they got to do.
Yeah, within the grounds of their
I reckon
contract.
they'll be at a future show because there's contracts and stuff already in motion.
Yeah.
But the reveal, they're like, look, we can't be seen next to you guys.
Yeah.
Until this is all resolved, until something happens, we can't be seen with you guys.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's the right move.
It is the right move, especially while the fire that's burning at the minute is still hot and like raging.
Yeah.
In a year or two, even when the court cases are still going, no one's going to really care. And if they come up with a banger, okay, you know.
Right now, though, the fires are very much hot.
Stay away from you or you get banned, you know?
Exactly. After that, Halo Infinite.
This is comedy. This is comedy gold. This is so stupid. We were saying this yesterday. This is so stupid. You couldn't make it up.
Yeah.
Because literally the day before was the Xbox event.
It was your event. Your event. And do you want to know what I thought when I first saw that? I was like, why did they show it off here and not off at their own event, or at least show it twice or anything like that? And I had a look this morning, and the numbers after 2 days, the Xbox event is around about like 400,000 views.
Okay.
And Gamescom, after 18 hours, is closing on 500,000 views.
Okay.
It's because that's more popular than the Xbox event.
Okay.
They wanted to get out to more people.
I would have shown it twice.
Exactly.
I would have shown it twice.
To your hardcore people.
Although, in fairness, it's not like they showed anything.
That is true also.
Where was the any gameplay? Multiplayer gameplay? Zilch. Campaign gameplay? Zilch.
This is the
Co-op?
thing.
Zilch.
When they showed it off, when they said, they were like, here's Halo Infinite with a multiplayer gameplay, a multiplayer trailer. And I was like, first of all, we've played. People have played.
They've actually played the multiplayer.
Yeah. And I'm like, what more can you show than that cool trailer also, that you had before?
Unanimously good results. People generally liked it. Yeah.
And they showed off a CG trailer. What is going on?
Yes, they did.
What is going on?
Yes, they did. They also have changed the canon, by the way, because the trailer that we saw for, like, I guess the in-game was anyone can be a Spartan or whatever. Yeah. They have a bunch of adults, but the canon is that the original Spartans were kidnapped as children and turned into these, like, genetically modified super soldiers.
Right, so they've changed the canon.
Well, they've changed the canon to make this, like, anyone can be a Spartan, but then you have a bunch of adults here, and there's this one clip of, like, this girl sneaking around a tank.
She was about to be killed by one of the Covenant.
Right, basically. Unless there's new bad guys. I've been playing since Halo 4. And then there's a guy there, and then don't worry because the Spartan comes, and then the Spartan does the hand thing, and they stand up, and it's like, you'll be the new Master Chief. No, you won't.
You can be a Master Chef too.
That's right. It takes years of culinary training, okay? It didn't look good. They didn't show us anything. They didn't show us anything, and they put in this weird, like, anyone can be in anything. Like, that's already been canon for 6 years, that anyone can be, like, that anyone. I think that anyone was like, because I think the girl that they showed was, I want to say black or Indian or something, I forget.
Can't remember.
And a girl. Yeah. Right, and the main guy is Master Chief, a presumably white guy. We've never seen his face.
Yeah, we've never seen his face.
We assume white. I don't know why we assume white, but we do. And it's like, there were already female Spartans, pretty well regarded Spartans. Like, and there's female Spartans in the books. During the original trilogy of games, there were female Spartans in the lore of the books and on Reach, and female ODST soldiers.
It's them like, trying to hammer it home, isn't
we don't need to, like, literally anyone can be, because that's the canon. And games are for everybody. Everybody plays these games. Yeah. Everyone. So it was a little bit heavy-handed.
Yeah.
And they didn't show us anything. So it was like, it was beating you over the head with this message of, like, inclusivity, when games are by definition for everyone.
It was really,
and they didn't show us the game.
Didn't show us the game, and we're like, okay, sure. After that, they'll show us some gameplay.
Yeah,
and
of course they're gonna,
I think
right?
Joe Staten was the guy on stage.
Yeah.
I don't recognize him. I'm not a big guy.
Was it?
I think he was on stage. I think that was his name. I don't unfortunately know the guy because I'm not their biggest Halo fan, so that's why. But he came on and he was sounding very enthusiastic about the game. He did reaffirm that the game is coming out together with the multiplayer.
8th of December.
And they said 8th of December, they showed it on screen. We got a release date. Again, not at the Xbox game show.
Yep.
Strange. But then he goes, there's one more thing.
Yeah, this put my blood pressure to the
and we're like,
roof.
Now we're going to get the campaign gameplay, guys. We've been moaning, but it's all right. It's here, guys. It's here.
You've shown us the multiplayer teaser, in-game multiplayer teaser. You've let people play the multiplayer.
Yeah.
We've seen CG trailers, but we haven't seen the Master Chef in action.
Yes.
Show us. Was it Joe Stan? I forget. Let's say it was.
I think it was.
You got the story lead that came back as a hero to save this game. Show us the campaign for sure. And then they did, right? They showed us... what did they show us? They showed us...
No, they didn't. They showed us first an Xbox wireless controller, Elite Series 2.
Yeah.
It looks great. It looks very much...
it looks gorgeous.
The armor. And what it was... The dumb thing is that they started it off with a shot from one of the previous trailers for the campaign.
Yep.
And it was all about, like, Master Chief standing here looking from behind, and you're like, this is gonna be gameplay. No, it's not gonna be gameplay. And it turns out they were getting, like, bits from the armor and they were putting it on the controller.
Yeah, they were pulling it off and, like, armoring.
And we're like, fuck, what a bastard, what a fucking tease. They showed off the controller, it looked great, and then they showed us something even better. They were like, the 20th anniversary of Halo is
Yeah.
coming up. We've made this special edition console. It's all black and gold. It's got
looks
stars on it.
Yeah.
I fucking love this console.
It looks amazing.
If I can ever find a reason to buy an Xbox, that would be the console.
Well, you'll need to find
buy.
a game to play on it.
Exactly, because I mean,
Now, I'll tell you how you could have made that amazing. You do the cock tease of like, look at this awesome controller, look at this limited edition Xbox, and look what you can play on it, and then show the frickin' campaign.
There you go. That's what you could have done.
We're only joking here. Look, here's this controller playing the campaign. This is what it would look like in your hands. And then show us the frickin' campaign.
Now, before we move on, let's have a discussion about this, because this is a fairly big thing. How bad is it that they haven't shown the campaign just yet, and it's
awful.
13 weeks before the game comes out now? And also, do you think there's anything we can read into, if anything, you don't have to, of the December 8th release date? I think it's... When I first saw it, I was like, good. They avoided Call of Duty.
And
they avoided Battlefield. So that's good. That's good.
That's smart.
But it's almost the very last point.
Yeah.
They did...
It feels like they scrambled to get it in this year.
It feels like Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
They scrambled to get it done this year.
Delay.
Need to release it this year.
Fundamentally rework the entire game. Delay. It's still technically this year. Get out.
There was one thing. So right now, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the show, but you should go do it. The last episode of the True Gamer Plus is actually available for everybody. It's our Patreon exclusive show. I did it on the Halo being unfinished because it's not releasing with Forge or co-op. Go check it out. I also read out a developer who apparently... A developer, we don't know for sure, made a post on Reddit, made a throwaway account, talked all about why it's delayed and stuff like that, and mentioned one line at the bottom saying that apparently they're not going to delay it no matter what. He used the words, come hell or high water.
Yeah.
This game is releasing this year. That's not something you want to hear, especially when it comes to such a pivotal franchise and pivotal game in the Xbox life.
I'll say as well, because you aren't a Halo fan, but the fact that it's not coming with either Forge or co-op, like day and date, like day one.
Tell me about that, because that's one thing we haven't had from you yet.
That's freaking huge.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, when I speak about Halo, specifically, we're thinking original trilogy. You can maybe chuck Reach and ODST in there, right? But let's say specifically Halo's 1, 2, 3. Not one thing is on its own, like, you can get rid of. Forge was incredible, making your own custom maps. Like people, like GTA 5, how many custom maps out there? It was on that level.
It lives off of that now.
It was on that level, right? Yeah. Playing, like, just making silly challenges and stuff is huge. It was huge. It was so cool, and people have so much creativity. And co-op is some of the most fun you can have playing with your mates and not against other people. Which is a weird thing to say, but like co-oping Halo is so much fun and so rewarding. You whack it on Legendary, you and a mate just trying to beef out as many elites as possible, right?
Yeah.
And you've heard me say it before, same with George, but like co-oping, doing the Warthog run at the very end is like, that is iconic gaming. That's in my head for when I think of like best gaming moments, is like outrunning the ring destruction. Of the, like in the original, you basically have to get where you're
I understand. Look, I've seen the artwork. The ring does look quite in disarray.
Yeah.
When you say ring destruction, that must be a really cool scene.
You gotta get off. It's bad.
I can imagine that being quite cool.
and there's a timer, and like stuff fails. Like, I don't think very many people did it the first time, especially not on Legendary. Like, you don't have much time, and you got to kind of learn where you're supposed to be going. It was tough, and it was great. And it was incredible. And then doing it with your mate on the back with like a chain gun, trying to like take out everything. It's iconic. It's iconic gaming, right? And the fact that I'm not going to get to do that with you really bugs me. Yeah. Like, deeply bugs me. In a way that is difficult to explain, because you haven't... like, we never really play co-op games. Co-op's just like, we either play multiplayer PvP...
Yeah.
Or PvE games, like RPG single players. And co-op splits the difference, and it's great banter. And it would have been great for us to stream. So good.
Back when we were into co-op games, we were quite young, and the quality of games back then they were quite sucky.
Sucked.
And where there were good games, they were pretty much single-player games.
Yeah.
And then it was too much to ask for them to try and make that fit for 2 people.
Yeah.
It was just too complex.
I mean, one of the ways that, don't forget, like,
they were rare.
Original trilogy of Halo, when we're talking co-op, I'm talking like, you come round to my house, you're player 1, I'm player 2, or vice versa, right? Whichever side of TV you want. TV split down the middle.
Yeah.
You're doing your job, I'm doing my job. We're sat in the living room, cross-legged, looking at a TV.
Yeah.
Right? Like, too close. That's how you do this game, right?
Go square.
Right, it's like a LAN party. It's a 2-person LAN party, basic gist. It's so much fun. It's such an integral part of Halo. Somehow, this incredible story with incredible multiplayer also had an incredible way to just spend time with your mates. And that bugs the frick out of me, the fact that, why would it not be there? There's no reason for it not to be in there. There's no reason. If they're doing multiplayer out the gate.
So this developer that did come out, he said that the reason why is because they've made it open world. Making it open world, they were like, yes, we're going to make Halo open world. This is going to be a big thing. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. What about co-op? Ah, shit. Because the problem is that when you make something open world, there's multiple objectives. Yes. And they can all be done at any position, any time. Someone can go off over there. Someone can go off over here.
That's not what I want from co-op, though.
Exactly.
Not even close. I want it on rails.
And they're like, how do you sort this system out? How do you sort checkpoints out? Some people are going to go through. Some people aren't. How are you going to do respawns? Do you do respawn stations? And it was
a whole... respawn on your buddy,
Because what if they're in danger? What if they can't come out of danger? And then there's like, if they do stations, you might be really far away from the action. And then by the time you get there, they might die. And it was a whole mess of things, and they go, he said, I guarantee the co-op thing isn't going to get solved until at least 8 months afterwards.
It needs to be instanced. That's the only way to do it. It's the only way I want it anyway. I don't want an open world thing. Otherwise, we'd be playing like Guild Wars Online or World of Warcraft. Something. That's not what I want. I want Halo co-op. I want you and me to jump on a warthog and go and kill some Covenant. That's all I want. Do the objective, go to the next map, continue. That's all I want from Halo co-op.
Well,
that's so frustrating.
People who wrote in as well were quite cheesed off, and people on Twitter were telling me.
They should be.
It's quite an integral thing that's missing. Anyway.
Yes.
Back to the release date and the fact that we still haven't seen gameplay.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
The fact that they said, first of all, like I say, squeezing it in at the very end of the year feels very much like they're squeezing it in. Not that they're like, oh, we're gonna... There is a business move here, which is release it, have it be awesome, and it's right around Christmas. But if the game's good enough, you release in November. For some reason, November's the prime time. There's a reason Call of Duty and Battlefield go there.
It's so they can be like, the first wave of people buy their stuff, and then the restock comes in, it's ready for Christmas.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Exactly. You build up the hype for everybody that didn't get it, and then Christmas time comes around, and
word of mouth can spread around in that time as well.
So if it's good enough, it comes out in November. Now, I understand not wanting to compete with those, but what about the end of November?
Yeah.
Or like,
before November?
Yeah, October or...
It
feels like it's not ready.
The fact that this game was delayed a whole year. The fact they had to bring in someone else entirely to overhaul it and start again. Yeah. The fact that we're not getting co-op. The fact that we're not getting Forge. The fact that we haven't seen a shred of gameplay yet since the overhaul. The fact that it's coming out at the end of the year.
That's the most concerning to me.
All stinks that something is broken and it's beyond repair, and they're just, behind the scenes, they're scrambling. The devs said everything's okay, but we don't know if that is a dev. We're all basing off of something we don't know.
My biggest problem now is the fact that we have not seen the gameplay, the campaign gameplay, because I suspect that it's very much exactly what we all complained about when we first saw don't worry guys, it's an old build. Like, I think that same mentality is still there, of like, well, show something trashy and then make excuses for why it was crap, right? Because the multiplayer, this is my opinion, they focused everything on the multiplayer, trying to capitalize on the battle royale type thing. They release it free to play.
Yeah.
And not battle royale. I know it's not battle royale, but like release it free to play and make money off microtransactions. That's been their full focus. And they kind of tried the open world thing. And that is in the game at a base core DNA level. And it cannot be taken out, or you have to make a brand new game. And they're too far into it. And if they release campaign footage, immediately everyone's going to realize that this is open world when it should not be for this kind of game. It just doesn't work, and it's not what we want.
I think that's the issue, because a lot of people cite the first campaign trailer reveal that we saw, campaign gameplay, as, oh, the reason why they're overhauling it is just so they can make it look better. And I'm like, I think they can make things look better without having to delay it that long.
And bring on Jason Statham.
A brand new person. Exactly. He's a story guy. He's not a famous visual arts guy, a VFX guy.
He's not.
He's a story guy.
Yeah.
I'm under the impression that because when I watched it, I was like, it feels very dead. It feels like there's nothing.
It does
here.
feel dead.
It's an empty world, not alive.
We just played Doom Eternal, and there's also a chain mechanic in that.
Yeah.
And the Halo one felt dead and flat and lifeless. Yeah. And the music wasn't right, and it wasn't synced up, and there were a ton of things not right.
That was my issue with it, but everyone keeps citing the looks of it. That was one thing, but
I didn't care about the looks. Look, the looks will change. It'll be patched in the next day. I don't care.
Exactly.
That
could be remedied. You can get a new lighting
I'll play
guy.
OG Halo trilogy. I don't care about the graphics.
I was more annoyed that it looked dead. It looked like there was nothing going on, and it was like
lifeless, didn't it?
It lost the magic of it, and that was what was my issue. And because we still haven't seen any evidence of that, they can show a still image of it looking beautiful, and I'll be like, cool, that's that bit solved.
Yeah, I don't care if it looks good.
You can't show me how you've solved the problem that this is fun now.
Cyberpunk looks good. How good does Cyberpunk look on the PC?
I am stuck in photo mode when I play on the PC.
But how good is the game, though? Same problem. It looks beautiful.
Exactly.
The problem is, looking beautiful isn't enough. You need a great game. Now, if you get those two things together, you end up with things like God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, Miles Morales, right? Where it's an incredibly fun game to play and it looks gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
But if it only looks gorgeous, well, who really cares about that?
Exactly.
If all I want to do is look at gorgeous stuff, I'll find 8K pictures of like sunrises and shit.
No.
Who finds themselves doing that? Not me. I don't. And I'm really genuinely concerned that their full focus was only on the multiplayer. And the problem is, unless, even with the Halo name, if the campaign sucks, there's a reason I've been comparing Splitgate to OG Halo.
Yeah.
And I suspect that unless it not only is the multiplayer good, but the campaign is good, Splitgate will be the thing people play, not Halo.
That's the thing. I think if the multiplayer is good only and the campaign's just crap and it barely makes a wave in the water, I think what's going to be is that it's not going to draw more people to play Halo.
I agree.
Multiplayer. It's going to be people who are hardcore Xbox fans or hardcore Halo fans will play Halo every now and again, and then that's it. And then this whole $500 million investment and all this year delay and all of these monster cans with the double XPs, all these promotions, this new Xbox that looks gorgeous and this new controller is all going to be for nothing because it achieved zero.
Do you know what's funny? I think the Xbox is a really good example of it, which is it looks great, and
that's it.
What is there to play on it? Just a game looking good is not enough, right? And I think again, I've said it a million times. Minecraft is a perfect example of it. Minecraft, at least the very original version of it, looks like garbage, and it's one of the most popular games of all time.
Yep. And
it's proof that a good game on its own is enough. Yeah. And then if it looks great, that's icing on the cake. You know.
Yeah. Final verdict. Are you still worried for Halo?
Absolutely.
I'm very worried as well.
The thing is that we were both pretty hopeful maybe a month ago.
Honestly, you can look back at this thing and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to go on record. I'm going to say, I think they're going to knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
And then everything just went downhill after that.
And then they continuously make bad decisions.
Just to make me look stupid.
Yeah. And then I think a lot of people are done with Halo after this. If it doesn't bang, and I mean, even could be the best multiplayer game ever made, but so many people are deeply invested in the story and in Master Chief, and it'll be a great game, and people will still be wounded by it.
343 are going to be done after this, man. No way anyone's going to believe in them.
Well, no way frickin' Xbox is giving them any more money if they mess this up.
Xbox are known to be giving money to...
Never mind, Derek Chat, that's stupid.
Okay, let's move on with the rest of the show. So the rest of Gamescom...
Yeah.
The first part, so everything up to this point, in my opinion, was an A-star show. there was a lot of good stuff shown here, and it reminded me of some of the best Sony presentations.
Yeah.
But then after that, it just sort of dropped off.
It really went downhill, didn't it? The pacing completely changed.
Yeah, very much. Like everything was front loaded, and then there was still some nice little games shown afterwards, and there was some nice little announcements and peaks and stuff like that. But there was some stuff like there was a good little game shown. It wasn't too impressive. It was a Cult of the Lamb. It was like a little indie game.
That looked like fun, actually.
It looked like fun. Don't get me wrong. Like when I say it dropped down, it didn't drop down to an F. It was like C.
Yeah.
And we're like, okay, there was very much like it just dropped down.
It felt like they very much peaked at Halo, and that was a huge letdown. And then anything that came after it was getting thrown under the bus because
a couple of other games. There was a Teenage Mutant Ninja TMNT game. It was very classic, looked very cool.
That looks like fun as well.
It didn't have Megan Fox's April O'Neil, so I'm not playing it. Super Monkey Ball Mania looked very fun.
Looks like fun. I love Super Monkey Ball.
Splitgate Season 0.
Yep. Because they know how to count, just like us.
Exactly. Riders Republic. No one cares about Ubisoft games. UFL. And then we got something really, really cool.
Yes.
Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. And we have been waiting for this game forever. It's been constantly delayed. And we're like, okay, is this game ever coming out? I've had the Luke Skywalker blue milk version pre-ordered for the longest time in my life. And I still haven't got it. But the trailer came out. And my God, it looks great.
It looks so good.
I'm going to say it right here. And I put this out on Twitter. This is not only going to be the best Star Wars game.
Yeah.
This is not only going to be the best Lego game. This is going to be Game of the Year 2022. I can tell you right now, because the Lego-ness of it is going to take all the seriousness out of it. They're going to nail the jokes like I've seen in the trailer. And it's going to be...
The jokes in the trailer are great.
Fucking awesome. I'm already hyped. I can't wait. Spring 2022, they put a new time frame on it, a new window on it. Hopefully they stick to that one this time.
Ragnarok's supposed to be coming out next year.
That's the thing. That's the only thing I thought. I was like, Ragnarok, the sequel to my favorite game ever. And also, will Ragnarok come out in 2022? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this. One, I really wish that the Halo train wreck had happened at the Xbox event because Gamescom is more third-party-esque.
Yes.
And Xbox... That's an Xbox game. Well, it's a Microsoft game, let's say. And everyone's going to get to play Star Wars, Lego Star Wars, I should say, but not everybody's going to get to play Halo, thank God. And it felt like Halo stole Star Wars' thunder, because that was the highlight by far.
By far. Literally everything else paled in comparison to this.
It was so good.
It was a surprise we got Saints Row. We're like, but we didn't get to know much of it. We didn't get to see anything of it. This stole the show. This really did.
It really did.
Seeing every movie get its own thing, all the way from Tatooine, all the way to Tatooine, and then to Tatooine again. Because
every stop off in Naboo, and then back to Tatooine.
Back to Tatooine we go, guys. It looked fantastic.
It looks really good, man.
And every joke that they showed in the trailer, perfect.
It's so good.
I can't wait.
Easily the highlight. Easily my most awaited game so far.
Exactly. Are we keeping you, sir? No, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, that yawn came out of nowhere.
We saw Outlast Trials, which I was like, Outlast? I don't want to do it again. I don't want to do it again. Not my thing. We saw a shit ton of Weeb games.
We did.
Can we get weebing out of games, please? Can you guys go back to the corner of the internet? You know where Sheps is over there. Can you head over there?
So while you're here, make sure you at Ed and say we want Anime Club back. I've got the list of stuff I want to show you keeps growing. So
we saw a bunch of other awful stuff. Peppered in here as well. I'll put this in now. Actually, peppered in here, we got the Gamescom Awards.
I was about to bring this up like just now.
Very fine lady came on the screen and she was talking about the Gamescom Awards.
I felt like she had a Mistress D vibe, you know?
She seemed very tall.
Yeah, she did.
I was like, you look like... Anyway, she was very fantastic, everything like that. And she was presenting Game Awards. First up, Best Microsoft Xbox Game. And the nominations were Elden Ring, available everywhere.
Yeah.
Not just on Xbox, on everywhere.
Yeah.
Far Cry 6... Again, available everywhere, not just an Xbox game.
Right.
And Halo Infinite. Fortunately for them, Halo Infinite won. Could you imagine if a different game won?
First of all, last year, Cyberpunk won Best PS4 Game.
Well deserved. Well, and only on PlayStation 4. Thank God.
Where it's home
Before
because
release.
it runs so well, yeah. and then again before release, Halo won Best Xbox Game, being the only Xbox game in the running.
The nuts. And
It's so weird.
Immediately after that, they were like, congratulations, Halo. It rolled into a Game Pass advert.
Yes,
and
it
I was
immediately.
like, okay, so these awards are paid adverts. That's what they are. Because the next one after that, they were like...
It had no Xbox competition.
Exactly. The next one, they're like, the best Nintendo Switch game.
Right.
Just Dance 2022.
Right.
Or Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, which are both made by Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Ubisoft clearly paid for this
Of
and
course.
got the win right there.
It's kind of like saying, best car of 2021, the VW Golf, a horse, and this chair.
And this chair.
And it's the Golf. Well done, VW. Thanks for the check.
Congratulations. Thank you for purchasing this chair for us. Thank you very much.
Right. Like, what?
And then best Sony PlayStation game, Elden Ring. Again, not a PlayStation game, available anywhere. Tales of Arise, again, available everywhere. The Dark Pictures, the next installment, House of Ashes in their anthology. Elden Ring won it, and I'm like, okay, Elden Ring's gonna probably be good, but again, you haven't played it yet, and,
no one
and it's
knows.
available everywhere.
In fairness, IGN gave it a 9.9 out of 10.
It's true.
Probably.
They haven't played it yet, but still, 9.9 out of 10.
Same with Cyberpunk. Worked great. We loved it on our PS4.
It was the most confusing thing I'd ever seen.
Any sense? It doesn't make any sense.
Oh, anyway, let me get back to what else came out. A game called Blood Hunt. This was the part where I dipped out, so I didn't see that bit. I did see Park Beyond. It's basically a theme park simulator.
Cool.
Creator.
Yeah. Like those tycoon games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to buy this game so I can play on stream, and I want us to make a fucking theme park.
Conbrosations.
Land. Yes, Conbrosations Land.
I'm down.
That sounds really fucking
Let's do
cool. Jet the Far Shore. I've heard about this game, but I've not actually seen it.
I don't know anything.
I think it's
about
made
I
by
had to
one.
duck after that.
I think it's made by one person,
Sick.
which is
That's
mad.
pretty cool.
Pretty mad. We got to see, not at a PlayStation event because there isn't one, but PlayStation were here. Horizon Forbidden West. They came specifically to Gamescom to break everyone's hearts to say that it's been delayed to February 2022.
Yeah.
18th of February. We kind of knew that already. There was rumors going around. This is just all but confirmed. It was all but confirmed. And we got it here. Personally, not too big of a deal to me, but it has been delayed to next year.
2021 for Horizon Forbidden West made sense as a timeline, but we never got our hopes up, really. It was a thing we would be looking forward to, but we weren't like ready for, like, oh my god, it has to happen, it's going to be amazing. Like, we kind of expected, especially with the 2020 delays and stuff, that maybe it would get pushed. No major deal, because we know it's going to be at least as good as Horizon Zero Dawn, right?
Yeah.
In which, for me, story-wise, is a very low bar. But, like, aesthetically and the world you're in is incredible. You know, I do like the game just for that.
Yeah.
And this one looks even more incredible.
Yeah.
So, like, oh well. Like, this isn't major news, because it's not the entire franchise isn't resting on this one title.
That's the thing. A lot of people, again, these are the worst people on the internet. These people, if you see them on, like, in my when I reply to something to a troll and then they reply to me all serious, these are the people you need to mute or block.
It's pretty much true, yeah.
These people are like, ha! PlayStation have no games in the next 3 months, and it's like,
yeah, that's right. 3 months after dozens of incredible titles. When was the last time you had an exclusive again?
They didn't have anything in the past like 700 days, and it's like
7 years more. Like, it hasn't. It's been a long time.
It's just hilarious to me, and I'm like, okay, whatever, guys. Okay, I'm gonna go back to playing some games over here. Yeah, and then we moved on, and we got some more anime weeb games.
You play some weeb games,
mate. I don't want to blow my brains
just
out.
A nice short Persona 5.
Nice and short.
105
nice
hours.
Short.
Nothing, nice and easy. On stream only.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. That's forever. That's
after you finish Mass Effect.
The end of my time. Oh, yeah, just after the short Mass Effect trilogy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Halo Master Chief Collection.
We got to see an update for Fall Guys, and I was watching this downstairs after I was, like, cuddling Isla, and my girlfriend recognized it, and she was like, 5 Guys! I was like, no. Oh, God.
5 Guys.
It was something.
My chick likes Fall Guys.
Yeah?
Yeah,
It's a fun game.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
We got to see another trailer for the game Replaced, which is, I believe it's I think it's...
See, by this point, I had to duck, so I
No
didn't see
problem.
this stuff.
Replaced actually is really strange. It's like pixel, but it's got this really beautiful depth of field.
Okay.
And it's got like an 80s vibe to it, as well as a bit of cyberpunk with like neon lights and things
Cool.
like that. It looks fantastic.
Sounds sick.
And the gameplays are cool. It's a side scroller, but it does look good. I think it looks really good. Age of Empires 4. It was either Age of Empires or maybe one other game that I don't know. But there was a game where you play as... You take over a kingdom in England.
Yeah.
It might not be Age of Empires, but you take over a kingdom in England, and you're a 10-year-old boy.
Okay.
Because you're like the heir to the throne.
Right.
And they made a joke on stream. They're like, who doesn't want to take over a small kingdom in England as a 10-year-old boy? And I saw James's reaction to it. He's like, what the fuck do they say things like this? He's like, this is actually a good game. And you say stupid shit like that.
Yeah, someone just stop whoever makes this stuff making this stuff. Just be like, by the way, here's a game. It's a bit quirky. And it's good fun. Here's the concept. Don't be like, who doesn't want to be a 10-year-old boy and get unlimited power in this small English village?
Village. I'm the only gay in the village. Did you ever see anything like that? It was good stuff, that. We got to see another trailer for Death Stranding Directors Cut.
Cool. Did you need to be on acid to understand this one?
Yes. Especially at the end, because they talk about...
I was joking, but...
They talk about a lot of improvements. One thing that we didn't get to see before was you have a jetpack now.
Okay.
So you don't have to walk now. It's Jetpack Simulator.
Even in the game, you didn't have to walk. There were bikes and cars and stuff.
True. But yeah, you can be in that. And there's a training ground where like it simulates bad guys and you can get your guns out and start shooting people.
Cool. Although that game, at least as far as I got, wasn't really about the combat.
No, it wasn't. Exactly. But I guess it's like a fun game mode they stuck in there. To be fair, the mother truckers added a racetrack in it.
Okay.
And it's not about racing.
No, it's not.
And even the cars, they're not very fast.
No, they're not.
They're like electric-powered milk floats.
Yes, they are.
And I'm like... Anyway, they showed a bit more of the map of that. And at the end, they show Norman Reedus. He's doing a bit of poses in like photo mode, show off the new photo mode emotes and stuff like that he does and stuff like that. And then suddenly, he goes off to one of the doors, opens the door, and it's all black.
Yeah.
And there's a crab walking upside down.
Right.
And then it looks like you're under the sea basically, but he's standing in the doorway and he's like looking at us like, what the hell's going on? And then like he dips his head out, looks one way, looks the other way, and then right behind him, an upside down sperm whale,
right,
or I think something like that, comes like sort of gets closer in the darkness with his mouth open, about to eat Norman's head.
Yeah. And
then it cuts.
Interesting.
Hashtag we are the whales, boys. We are the whales.
You called it back in 2017 or whenever this freaking game came out.
I figured it all out, man. I connected all the dots.
You did. You did.
I did it, guys.
We'll have to remember to link that video.
In the description, guys. We'll have to remember that. Put that down right here. There you go. Yeah, and we got that, and that was about it right there. A 2-hour show. It didn't feel like 2 hours, honestly. It felt like it was some decent stuff shown there. It did dip slightly towards the end, but the beginning was quite strong.
I feel like...
At least we got some gameplay of some shit here.
One thing for us, though, because our perception of the length of these shows changes a lot when you're streaming with your mates. Like, we're streaming with the boys. Half the entertainment of the show is just hanging with the guys.
Yeah.
So I bet if we'd been watching this on our own at home, it would have felt the full 2 hours.
Yeah.
Especially after the Halo letdown.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it bugs me because the Halo stuff comes in with high energy, but it's low content.
Mm-hmm.
It's high on the energy, low on the content. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? And then, buried behind that is the highlight, which was Star Wars.
Yes.
And a couple of updates to games we're interested in. So it's a weird mix.
It is.
By far, Star Wars is going to be, in my opinion, head and shoulders above Halo.
It's going to be
probably
great.
above most other stuff.
Do you know what? I'm cautious. I've said it already, so I'm not cautious.
When is
currently
When has a Lego game ever been the bad choice, the bad horse to bet on? Never.
That's
never
it.
won. The worst Lego game is not my cup of tea.
But yeah, exactly. You don't have one that's bad. You have one that's like, prefer the other one.
Right.
Star Wars hasn't been doing too great since the reboot, since they've started it up again.
Yes.
It's not reboot, it's sequels, but you get what I mean. It's strange that I'm so confident about it.
It's back to OG Star Wars, though, isn't it? And it's Lego. It's the guys who write the Lego jokes they get it, and they can also do quite high violence, but because it's Lego, it's fun.
Someone explodes into pieces. Oh no!
Right, if you do that with like I don't know, let's say the Hulk in What If, and he turns into a fart, you have questions asked, you know. But in like Lego, if someone bops into bits, also they can burst into bits and not be dead.
Yes.
Right? They can be like, "Hey, what are you doing, man?
What are you doing?"
Right. Or like in the cantina, if Obi-Wan cuts that guy's hand off, he'd be like, "Ow, that really hurt," and put it back. Hypothetically. Right?
Hypothetically.
That wasn't in the trailer, was it?
No.
Yeah, but like, if that was a joke,
I don't think it was. No.
That could be a very funny joke take on that scene, right? And it fits perfectly with the Lego and stuff. Like the guys that write these jokes are hilarious.
They did the one joke that everyone says on the internet where they're like, "Hey, you knew my father," like Luke saying to me,
"Oh,
what
this is
happened
perfect."
to him? Ooh!
That killed me. That had me in stitches.
Oh,
that had me in stitches. It was so good.
DED.
Dead. So funny.
That's everything that was shown off there. Quite enjoyed myself on the last day. Again, I was really surprised why Xbox made an event and didn't show anything. This is one of those cases why, like, Sony don't go to every single event.
No, they don't.
If they don't have anything to show, then they won't go. They won't show you anything. Microsoft, you don't have to go to every single event. If you've got nothing to show, shut the hell up and sit at home.
Yeah, except that people will forget about them. So they have to always turn up.
Solid point. We need a Game Pass trailer every day.
Every day.
Otherwise, we just won't know what's going on.
Why do you think that the ads are on the most popular drinks, on Monsters and Doritos and stuff? They're the most popular crisps, the most popular drinks, because otherwise no one's going to remember them.
Yep.
You know, that's why. Because they have nothing to... They have nothing to show, really. And I don't mean to beef out the guys that love their Xbox and their Xbox games. Like, they should be serving you better. They're not giving you anything. And that's my complaint. Not that you like Xbox. It's that they're not giving you what you deserve.
Yeah.
And the side product to that is that you see Xbox everywhere advertising so that you don't forget about them. Because there's nothing to play that's coming out that you want to play. So unless they remind you they exist, you forget.
Yep. I did ask our boys over on Discord and Patreon how they felt about these shows.
Patreon,
so they can tell
what's the URL of Patreon?
Patreon.com/Conbrosations.
Oh, cool.
Sorry,
okay.
Just to clarify. And where you guys can join and you guys can write in to have your comments read out first above everyone else because you're
our favourites.
You're platinum members.
We love you more.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
Platinum members of our community right here. Adam, the Chrissy Simp, writes in and he says, "The only game that actually interests me is Lego Star Wars." Man of fine taste.
Fine and distinguished taste.
And he goes, and it looked really good. As for the best moments, on Tuesday... I don't want to read what he's going to say. On Tuesday's stream... No, you read it. I can't do it. On Tuesday... Oh.
Where are we here? On Tuesday's stream, we had the Chad Paris and the Danger Zone... and then his reaction to it. So, I also saw the clip. Someone clipped it on Twitch. I'll be honest, it was cringe. He made me cringe, and I don't know the guy. I know, I happen to know for a fact that you were well aware of him before this.
I was aware of him, yes.
And weren't exactly a fan. Not saying you hate the guy.
No. How can you hate someone you haven't really met?
Right.
Right?
But, like, you're not a fan of his content. That's fine. Like, we work with people whose content is shit.
Yeah.
Those as Ballways guys.
As Ballways.
Just garbage people and even worse content creators. But we work with them.
Yeah. And we've worked alongside as well those something wavelength or random wavelength.
Who cares?
Those are trash guys over there. Except for Jake, he's fantastic.
Jake's good. But the rest of them can suck a dick. But you weren't a fan of the guy. You just didn't vibe with this thing and you felt, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but you felt like maybe he'd gained a success that maybe he hadn't worked as hard as other people that, in particular, we actually know people that are successful, that they had worked. It maybe was like, what's the right word for this? Like, not unfair, but like, undeserved, maybe
Undeserved. I would
undeserved
say.
success.
Yeah.
Not a comment on the guys as a person, but just that was your opinion, because I don't know his content.
Yeah.
I'll go on you.
I hadn't seen anything that was like,
right, I see the thing.
it did this.
Like even Ninja, I can see how Ninja got where he got.
I don't like Ninja.
I don't like his content, but I can see how he got there.
I can see how he got there.
Right. Maybe not so much for this guy. And so I knew you had this opinion of this guy. I'll be honest, I have no opinion on this guy, and that clip was trash. That made me cringe. I don't know the guy.
And he made like 4 cringe jokes the whole time.
Yeah.
And it was all, luckily it was all front loaded. After that, they were like, okay, you made your 4 jokes.
Yeah, now stop.
Shut up. We want to talk about games. And then they showed no games.
Yes.
So anyway, he says, Chad Paris, I should say. Fucking bastard. For Wednesdays, there's a short but great appearance from Joachim from Sabaton.
Sabaton's a band.
Yeah, I think I saw this guy. He was like a heavy metal guy, right?
Yeah.
Promoting their new song in Steel Commanders in partnership with Wargaming and World of Tanks. I remember that actually.
So,
the music was good.
Sabaton are incredible. They do heavy metal historical songs. So their songs are all about like historical events or people.
I'll feel
Kind of like you can find
Really?
There's one about a guy, I want to say his name's Audie Murphy. He's like the most decorated American soldier in World War II.
Okay.
And the song is about him, and it's in heavy metal, and you should check them out. They make some great stuff.
Okay. What I heard from that trailer, because I did see the World of Tanks trailer, it sounded cool, and the woman was, it's not a cello, but what is it called when it's basically the strings and then just decoration around it. It's not like it's the size of a cello.
I have no idea what you're doing.
Anyway, she was shredding it, and I was like, "Yo, this is sick!"
This is the thing is they make
Electric
heavy
cello.
metal with a lot of various instruments. Like the songs are relatively different, and if you listen to the lyrics, they're often talking about really interesting historical events. There's a bunch of them.
I can't ever imagine listening to the lyrics of heavy metal.
It's not like super death metal.
Okay.
You should check out their
I don't know
songs.
the difference.
There's some good stuff. Although I have a weird taste in music, I just like interesting stuff. So like I like Sabaton because I'm a history nerd and I like music. I like The Who, which is The Who with HU, The Who, that Mongolian metal band. It's Mongolian throat singing. Do you remember yeah. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Do you remember Jedi Fallen Order?
Yes.
When you find yourself in the pit, basically, that music, that's them. It sounds like alien metal. It's freaking Mongolian metal throat singing. And I knew The Who before. I was like, I know these guys. And I looked at it. I was like, it is The Who. I had like 3 tweets about, I've loved The Who since like 2016 or something. This is great. Oh man, I'm one of my favorite. Well, like I say favorite bands, but like it was cool. Anyway, Sabaton, check out some of their songs. There's some interesting stuff.
Cool.
And a lot of great World War II stuff as well.
He says, now I couldn't care less about World of Tanks, but I do love some Sabaton.
And a fine and distinguished taste. We've already established this.
I also like how Ed kept saying random German words like Fräulein when they showed off the new cut. Because the funny thing is I don't even know if that was what was being said.
Right.
But I was like, I've got German words in my vocabulary. Right. There's like 3 of them.
I did German up to year 8. I know 4 words.
And the main character was Soviet. That's the. I was like, Fräulein or like Sichai, and then they go, wait a minute. I think this is. They're saying in the chat. I think this is set in Russia, and I'm like, oh, I don't know any Russian.
I don't know any Russian.
I'm just gonna carry on. Fräulein.
Sukablia.
That's a word.
I think that's like
Suka
frickin' bitch or something like that in I don't know, man.
Correct in conversations.
Yeah, correct us in conversations. Sukablia.
Jack Nicholas also writes into patreon.com/conversations, just like you guys can who are listening and watching right now. And he says, hey gamers, hope you're doing well.
Still Nichols, by the way.
That's true.
And it has been the whole time.
Jack Nicholas. He hasn't said it once. Why haven't you said it once?
Every time you say it and then I see his name on Patreon, I'm like,
it's Jack Nichols.
It's Jack Nichols.
Jack Nicholas says, hey gamers, hope you're doing well. For me, the only game that interests me is Lego Star Wars. Another fine
distinguished taste.
I like the new gameplay style. It's going for, and it looks Like, it'll be able to travel from planet to planet, like Mass Effect. Yes, so that was a great thing in it. It's Metroidvania, so you can just select a planet and just go to that place. That's gonna be so freaking cool.
It's gonna be brilliant.
Oh, go on with her.
It takes some of the best concepts of all these great games, and then wraps them into Star Wars and Lego. How do you lose? You don't lose that.
Also, I did notice it looked like you were controlling the Millennium Falcon one time.
Yes, yeah.
I'm gonna be getting finally the Starship Fighter from Battlefront that I can't play anymore because no one's playing that game.
Yeah. And you already know the winning move, just that slight left bank. That's all you need, isn't it?
None of this new Rey dumping the hyperdrive or whatever the hell she did to flip around. Man, nonsense.
None of that shit.
It's just gonna be
slow left bank. There you go. And then don't get penisy, kid.
Don't get. God, if you guys haven't seen Family Guy, the Star Wars trilogy, the original,
they're funny as frick.
The best.
They're so funny. In fact, I'm not a huge fan of Family Guy, but those are hilarious.
He goes on, overall, the conference so far has been very average. A lot of cringe and too many CGI trailers.
Facts. I mean, how long have we been saying stop with CGI trailers? 2 years, I would say?
This is the dumb thing. Everyone agrees with me. There were too many CGI trailers. Everyone said it on Twitter and stuff like that. But when I say it at the Xbox event, oh, Sony fanboy, Sony fanboy. I can't believe you're saying that.
Can't believe you're saying that. They showed plenty of games. I mean, we don't know what any of the gameplay looks like. We don't know what the game itself looks like, but they showed us a lot of CG. Great.
Starfield, I'm excited for Starfield. I haven't seen any gameplay. It's just because it's against Xbox, you hate that. I get it. I'm equal
Do you know
to
what?
everyone.
I think it's because they're living in the danger zone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The best bit is I know for a fact your blood pressure was like, they're living in the good.
Need to unlock my computer again. Thanks for the streams, as your reactions were the best part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Kiss.
Aww.
Loves us. He loves us. Thank you for writing in there.
Yeah, thank you for writing in. Talking of writing in, over on Discord, the best Discord on the interwebs, linked in the wherever it's linked, description. Link down there.
Oh, I fucking hate that.
I was about to just show you the GIF. There are many GIFs of oh hey.
Fine chat,
new command. Oh sick. The command is highway to the danger zone.
Thing is, I like that. He's ruined it forever.
I'm a huge Archer fan. I'm a big Top Gun fan, and now it's ruined. And even I think this is ruined. Just this pacing for this is weird. And
it's like when you're like, I'm gonna make a really weird comparison. It's like when you have like a favorite thing that you like to do with girls. You're like, oh,
right.
I really like this. It's like, yeah, that one time, or like a favorite restaurant and whatnot. It's like,
I see what you mean. Okay, totally changed the context I was thinking of. Right?
It's like a favorite restaurant and whatnot. It's like, yeah, it's like, oh yeah, that's where you were conceived. Me and your mother had sex in the bathroom there. Right. You can never go there again.
Right, yeah,
I mean, I love this restaurant.
Nah, I was thinking more along the lines of like, you go somewhere and you spend a ton of time. Same sort of deal. Let's say you go to a restaurant with like a girlfriend, and then you have a terrible breakup with that girlfriend. Like that place is forever tied up with memories of this terrible relationship.
Yeah.
Can't go there anymore, man. Can't take a new girlfriend there because it's like old stomping ground. And they've kind of done this. Yeah.
He's done that. He's ruined the danger zone for everyone.
That's right, which is a real pity.
Yes.
Talking of the Danger Zone, our boy Danger Zone, Diogo Zone, says, the Xbox event, dull, but at least they got the Danger Zone! Gamescom, overall pretty meh event, didn't get any Danger Zone, thumbs down. Horizon Forbidden West, February 18th, and Sifu, February 22nd, is going to offer a packed weekend for gaming. Sifu actually looks
great.
Which, by the way, we've seen gameplay for that.
Yeah.
The frick!
It looks great.
It looks good fun.
I've loved the good fun. And also, my boy Geoff Keighley, said, I have played this game, and it plays as good as it looks. And I'm like, well, I'll put my heart in your hand, Geoff. No, I don't care. Geoff doesn't. It's just a brand.
He's just a guy. But it does look like good fun. It's an interesting concept. Marvel Midnight Suns?
Yeah, that was that one we only got a CG
Midnight
trailer.
Suns was
Suns.
It is Suns, okay.
And that was that TRPG game that we don't know what the hell that is, but it looks interesting.
He said, it looks interesting, but it's a CG trailer, so I'll wait till next week's gameplay for this tactical RPG because I have no idea what that plays like. Neither do we, bro. Now, in fairness, we don't put ourselves out there as like gaming, like encyclopedia. We're not like, we play all sorts of games. Like, we play games, the sorts of things that we like, which is character-focused, story-driven, third-person RPGs. And a few online things, some shooty type stuff.
And Pokemon.
And yeah, huge Pokemon. Big Pokemon fans. That's right.
That's what he does when he throws his balls, right? Spits on them.
You spit on your balls.
Spit on your balls.
But other than that, like, you know, we don't really sort of... that's quite a large swath of gaming, but we don't branch much further out from that. A bit of WoW here and there.
Just a dabble.
Only a few 100 days of gameplay. I'm so glad I got rid of that addiction. On a Halo blog posted shortly after the event, it was confirmed Infinite is releasing on December 8th in just over 3 months. It was confirmed at the event. What are we talking about, the Halo blog?
I think what might have happened is that it got confirmed before the opening night live.
Oh, okay.
I heard this, but I didn't bother looking into it.
Cool.
It was too busy.
This makes me super worried for the campaign, which we still haven't seen any gameplay since they changed the game a year ago. The new controller on console edition is cool and better than the base look. Big agree. No one's freaking buying it if the game sucks. And that's that.
That's the thing. It kind of feels... It's a little bit... It's not false advertising, but it's that same feeling of not telling you what the product is, not showing you the product before purchasing. Yeah. They've put pre-orders out for a £500 console.
Yeah.
But we still haven't seen the game.
Yeah.
How can you do that? Don't get me wrong, pre-orders for a game is one thing, and if you do pre-order, that's on you, that's your total thing. You don't have to do anything like that. But this is a console of which there is a finite number of them, and people might be like, if this game is good, I really want a thing I want to remember it by, and it looks good, so I would be the kind of person to buy it. But what if they buy it and then it turns out to be crap? Then they have this memory of something that will keep them thinking.
You can't see it, but he just pointed at the Cyberpunk chair, all the Cyberpunk collectors merch. The thing is, I would actually be really okay with this if they were like, you know, this year, Halo, we're just bringing in the multiplayer, and the campaign, for whatever reason, let's just say it was only the campaign. I'm not going to make up a scenario, but only the multiplayer's coming out. And they were like, with the multiplayer, we're also doing this exclusive console, you know, specific just for this. People have played the beta, they know the multiplayer's good. I'd be okay with it. The fact that it's coming with kind of a campaign, but we don't know anything about it, but no Forge and no like, it's fricked. It's fricked from the get-go. If it was only the multiplayer, I'd be like, sick. Multiplayer looks good, and they're bringing out a limited edition for the current gen console for Halo. It's a massive part of their brand. Yeah. Great, makes perfect sense. But the fact that it's tied up with potential frick-ups makes me really worried, and I think this is a bad thing. If it was just the multiplayer and also free-to-play, which it is, great, do the console. If it was just that, I might be looking at a Series X. Yeah. Because I do love Halo. I do love Halo, and maybe enough to go that far for it, you know, but not with this much riding on it, not with the story riding on it.
Too much around it, too much uncertainty.
A lot of OG Halo fans are deeply connected to the story, deeply, and I would consider buying an Halo branded Xbox Series X for a free Halo game, because we know the multiplayer is good.
Just because it's Halo.
Right. But I will not do it if they're going to drag the Master Chief through the dirt. That I will not do. Like, that's the difference. If you'd have just done the multiplayer, I might have bought it. But the fact that you're doing the story and there's so much we don't know and we haven't seen anything from it, can't be done.
Straight sacrilege.
It really is.
Who is this dickhead? Who is this? Ben Bird. Bastard. Ben the nunfucker. Posted the Highway to the Danger Zone gif right there. Danger Zone.
Oh, yeah, our boy.
Our boy Danger Zone. Is that Sean?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's Sean the bastard. Fucking hate that guy. He goes, so the Xbox event was boring and cringe, and the opening night live event was meh. I wanted to know if both of you had the chance to do your own gaming showcase event for Sony or Microsoft. How would you do it? First of all, it would be, have we shown off a CG trailer before? Don't show off another CG trailer.
Well, after, of course, getting Chad Paris to co-host.
Obviously, we have to have him back.
Yeah.
No, he stays 5,000 yards away from any gaming convention
to start the convention, restraining order.
Restraining order straight on him. Make that public so he can. There's no way he can slip in somehow. Right. Everybody will know about this.
So no, I'm 100% with you. No CG. I would go as far as saying maybe no CG trailers
At all.
Yeah, unless it comes with gameplay.
I was gonna, that's better. That's better. Put a CG like teaser at the beginning, but then
it.
go. Now let's show some of the gameplay of what you guys will be seeing when the game comes out in October.
I would do. Forget the. I'm bored of talking heads, man. CG trailer, however long, let's say 30 seconds. Yeah. Oh wow, it looks really good. Fade to black, fade back in. It's the game. No freaking talking head, and then maybe afterwards. Get some of the devs. Okay, so what was the idea behind the creation of this game that we've never heard of before? It looks really interesting. Why did you go with like third person instead of first person? What were some of the creative decisions that you found difficult, or was there anything you were modeling this game on? Or, it's normal interview questions, but after we have had unadulterated, here is the concept art, the CG trailer, and here is how it actually looks.
And you know what I'd like as well. Instead of, maybe we try this. Sometimes when they talk by themselves, it's great because you do get to see the enthusiasm in some of the people's faces, the devs' faces, especially when it's an indie game and whatnot. But you can narrate gameplay.
Yes, you can.
You can play the game and then go, and what we've added in this new game is this mechanic, grappling mechanic. Is we've done
you'll see
this
here in a minute.
Whatnot.
John's about to use our mechanic.
Exactly, and show the gameplay and talk and explain what's going on the screen. That's great. That can be done.
One thing as well, any discussion with devs needs to be 2 if it's a PvP game, and I want them playing the game, and life for life they switch out and have to continue the question. So if I ask a question to Dev A and Dev B dies, Dev B has to come out and answer the question I asked to A, but I'm not repeating it.
And also, I promise, if I was hosting the show, I wouldn't make any cringe jokes. I'm
not promising that.
I'm a dad. I'll make dad jokes.
Dad jokes for sure. Yeah,
that's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Star Wars dad jokes,
of course.
But no cringe, no cringe. In fact, this is what I was saying on the show, is that people were I was saying, you don't have to be cringe to be memorable on this thing.
Yeah.
You can just be a dude.
Yeah.
Like, if these
how about you're excited to be here?
Right. I'm so excited to be showing off, introducing, I should say, so-and-so game. I've heard a lot about it, and here's the guys who have done it.
Yeah.
Like, tell me all about it, because I've never really played any of these games before.
Yeah.
I feel like they're scared to say they haven't played the game.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Educate me.
Right? It's like, because at the end of the day, there are going to be people in the community that don't know.
There's going to be big fans of a franchise that don't know about certain things.
And then you're going to be that person that asks the question. They go, tell me about it. It's like, oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. All right, so like, when's it coming out? When can I play this game? All right, that's cool. I'll see you then when it happens, man. You don't have to go over the top and go, I cannot wait to play this game because it looks absolutely amazing. It's going to be my game of the year. And then you say the same thing about the next one. And then the next one.
I'm in the same boat. Like, if there was a roguelite, I would ask a question. Is there any mechanic in there for people like me that aren't really into roguelites, or is it just kind of you like it or get fucked?
Yeah.
No, you fucking hate. Cool.
You suck, no problem.
Great. And I actually respect that, by the way. I actually respect roguelites a lot because it's very much either you like it or you don't. If you don't like it, fuck off.
And the people in that community will respect it.
Yeah, and that's what I appreciate about roguelites, because they hold no bars. They hold no bars hold.
No bars hold.
They don't give a frick if you're good or not. If you're not good and not good enough, you don't complete the game. The game is hard, not because it's hard, but because that is the game. Do you know what I mean? It's not hard to be difficult. That's the game. And that's the satisfaction you get from beating it. I don't find satisfaction in that. Some people do. And I respect that roguelites have no respect for anyone else.
The people who like those types of games, those really brutal, hard games, I think
like
they would
peed on by dominatrixes.
Yeah, that as well. I think they would respect it as well.
Yeah.
They'd be like, yeah, this is exactly what we want.
Yeah, and again, like, okay, this is not my kind of game because I'm not good enough at gaming. But for those of you that are good at gaming, Elden Ring or whatever.
Or they might even pop out. They might just go, yeah, actually, so we've made like they did in, is it Cuphead, where they made a mode called assist mode. They're like, there's an assist mode where you do this and it gets you this extra benefit and it makes it a little bit easier for you to play if you're one of those people.
I'd appreciate the savagery. Oh, yeah, actually, we do have it's called baby mode. And it's for anybody that sucks.
Anybody that really sucks at
and
gaming.
and literally the bottle, the weapon is a bottle. And when you use it, you suck on it, it does damage. You know?
Anytime you die, it's like, do you want me to call your mama?
You're right.
You do what you want.
I would respect the shit out of a roguelike who did that. I really would, and I would also play Baby Mode.
And you're just like on stage, you're like, wow. You throw your Xbox cards down.
Game of the year!
Guys, you want to play? You want to buy this game? You want to buy this game? And guess what? It's on Game Pass right now. Yeah, that's. I think just being genuine.
Yeah,
be
just be
authentic.
genuine. Ask some real questions.
There is the side as well that it's like, this is the reason why your question won't work, is because at the end of the day, the people putting on the show are the people paying for the show.
Yes,
and they want you to do something. They don't let you do anything.
Right.
So it wouldn't work. But to answer your question, this is what we would do.
Yeah, it would be a Conbrosations podcast.
Yeah.
With game devs about their games.
Yes.
Pretty much. I would also reserve at least 3 F-bombs.
Yes.
Minimum 1 F-bomb.
And then if they're American, I'd bring up the classic question: why the fuck do you guys call it a sandwich when it's a burger?
Very important.
Have to ask them that.
Very important.
You need to tune into the Conversation podcast if you want to hear more of that.
Yes, yeah, you do. I think that would be. I mean, it's our idea, so obviously we are biased, but I think we've always had that little like, oh, maybe we could do hosting of stuff, and as long as I promise not to bring this cringe, I think we can at least top that. Yes, you know,
right? The rest of his question, he goes, for me, I would split into 3 sections. First section will be about the multi-platform games, the AAA. Second section will be about multi-platform games. Oh, multi-platform games and exclusive indie games. And the third section will be all about exclusive games to either the PS5 and Xbox.
So PS5 games.
Yeah. I will come out on stage before each section, explain each one before showing the game with gameplay.
Right. Oh, do you know what would be a good question to ask each dev?
Yeah.
Which company do you see as your like biggest dev rival?
I would say arch nemesis.
And which dev there would you most want to fight for money?
The Fight Club.
Right. Dev Fight Club.
Dev Fight Club, let's go.
Yeah, and then I would tweet the guy and be like, yo, this dude's talking shit.
Blood, did you hear this guy? Oh, bruv, I wouldn't allow it, bruv. I wouldn't allow it. Just saying.
So, yeah, that's what we would do. I think I like your idea as well. It's like, okay, here are the
specific sections. It might get... I might spruce it out a little bit, or at least do it in an order. So it's like third party, indie game, exclusive. Third party, indie game, exclusive, and go like that. Because if you do all of the indie games at the beginning or all at the end, people tune out for certain parts. And it's not great, is it?
I feel that.
Yeah.
And also, it's like you're specifically choosing the height of the peak and valley that you can get. So like first party, AAA exclusive, high peak or very low valley, versus like indie game. Even if it's excellent, it's like low peak or low valley, and so you're going to have a lot of these. Like, it keeps people's attention. Otherwise, if it's like, this is all shit stuff you can get on Xbox and it's all on Game Pass, all shit.
Or just
there's
general
nothing.
crap.
Oh, by the way, Halo with nothing that we're going to show is on the 8th of December. For fuck's sake, show something. I like that. I think, vary it so you get like something big, something exclusive, something indie, something big, something exclusive, something indie. That would be cool.
Nice
and only with at least CG included with gameplay or just gameplay.
Yeah.
I think that would be the way to go for sure.
What happened to the days where we used
and
to
also
just
an
have
announcement, look, we wanted Halo Infinite to be here, but they got no gameplay footage, so get fricked!
That's the thing. We were going to show Halo Infinite, but unfortunately they had no gameplay.
They're not ready.
They still wanted to be here, but we said no.
Yeah. We told them, no, you're not. We're not going to have you repeat the same marketing fluff.
Yeah.
You got to show the game or go home.
And Sean says finally, P.S. Welcome to the Danger Zone, Eddie.
Highway to the danger zone. That actually really hurts my voice, by the way, but I'll keep doing
it. There's one final comment.
We go into the danger zone, says. Don't care, the first one was trash and the second one was okay. We're in the danger zone now.
We are.
And that's all our comments for this week. I'll be looking forward to next week's correcting Conbrosations, because I feel like we said a lot of dumb stuff this one.
We spat a lot of facts out there. And
straight facts. F-A-X. Facts.
And they could be incorrect facts. So
true. Facts aren't always right.
Yeah, exactly.
And they don't care about your feelings.
Exactly. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to next week.
Yep.
Bro.
Yes.
This
that's
has
my
been
name.
another fantastic episode
That's all we
of
do.
the True Game Podcast. Episode 57 this one was right here. We're getting
hell.
up there, mate. We're across the barrier now. We're on our way to 100.
We're in the danger zone now.
Oh, find me a new co-host. Bros at home.
I'll see what Chad Paris is up to. Huh?
No, God, could you imagine?
Real quick.
Could you imagine?
We don't have to imagine. I'll ask if he wants to co-host the show.
Don't do it. Could you imagine the level of shit? Could you imagine? My life would be so fucking empty. I'd jump out of a window.
Yeah, I think you should.
I bloody would. I tell you that.
That's not the guy.
Oh wait, you actually typed in Chad Paris.
What's his name on Twitter?
Paris. Paris Lily.
Oh, found him.
There you go.
This guy.
Oh, he's even made the picture.
And he's verified. Oh God, he's made. That's so
his
cringe.
Profile picture.
First of all, it's himself, and it's himself doing a cringe thing, and I think it's not ironic.
It's not. I think he posted afterwards. He was like, I love the gaming community. And he posted that picture. We're laughing at you, not with you, bro.
Yeah.
Ah.
Anyway, I'll let you know how he responds to that tweet asking if he wants to co-host the show.
I will jump out of a window. I'll forcibly put myself in hospital or even a casket. Just
Don't
to
worry,
get away
we
from
can.
him.
It's wireless. I'll get Discord to you in the hospital, bros.
That's the fucking thing. Oh, bro, I can't do it. I'm in hospital getting spine surgery. And it's like, don't worry, bro. We got Discord. We can bring it in with you. I got this mobile data thing. Don't worry about it.
It's bless.
Shit.
Getting spine surgery.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of the True Gamer Podcast. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Thank you to all of our patrons again. You guys are all legends for keeping everything going.
Hold on a minute. Somebody follows him.
I do.
Edworth.
It's like keeping your enemies closer.
Okay.
That's what this is. Keep your friends close. That's why I follow you. That's why I follow this fucker. That's why I follow Mario, that bastard as well.
Keep my enemies close.
Thank you for supporting us over there on Patreon,
right.
and thank you for supporting us over here on YouTube and all the podcast services. Feel free to share it on Twitter and stuff like that.
Right.
Let people know about the podcast. And
feel free to tell Paris how much Ed loves him and all of his content, and don't forget to @ Ed so that he knows who his biggest fan is. The best bit is if we actually got him on the podcast, you'd be nice to him.
I'd
bet
be
you
professional.
would. Yes, you would.
But I would not be nice, and I would bring up the crap.
I would love to do that just so I can, because I know you're a professional, just to see how far I can push it. Just see how much praise. Just to see how much praise I can give him and how much praise he'll soak for nothing.
There'll be. If you've seen The Big Bang Theory,
Yes.
You know Sheldon can't take lies.
Yeah.
And when someone says something like, you're a great scientist, when he thinks he's the best and everything,
Right.
everyone is, it's going to be like those things where I'll be like, you did a fantastic job on the Gamescom promise. I'm going to be like,
Yeah. I can't wait to push it and just be like, to be honest, I think you're potentially one of the greatest content creators out there. And I think you would agree he makes some of the best content. Yeah, I do agree. You do agree, great. I can't wait. You'll either die on video or fly to America and kill a guy.
I think it's very possible.
And maybe both. Die and then haunt him.
Die and then haunt him. Free travel, isn't it?
Right, exactly. Ghost flight.
Don't take up any space. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to get out of here now. See you guys all next week. And I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
See you later, bro.
We're doing the sound effects as well.
That's his head blowing up. I'm just imagining.
He's doing that imagining stuff.
Okay.
Be a professional, bro.
Oh shit, Diogo got the black suit Superman in Fortnite.
Oh, sick. I'm going to DM Paris and see if he wants to come on a podcast.
Alright.
Bro, how you doing, blood? You want to come on? My guy's a big fan. A big fan.